Joshua, Hamby Aeronautics. I was going to show you my new setup, or my updated setup anyways. So, alright, first of all, if you've never been to the channel, I do helicopters and airplanes. You know, I got some stuff coming up, torn between the two of them, but I'm floating between both, so I use this to keep up with helicopters, airplanes, and stuff during this crazy time. So first of all, I'm going to shoot down here, show my new hardware upgrades here. So got the RTX 2080 Ti. I got an i9 and upgraded the RAM a little bit, so I got 32 gigs in there now. A couple of new things here. Really, a similar setup now. I just with the hardware upgrade, it's a lot better. So next, I got this this monitor here. It's by MSI. I trusted their old product here. I got some new speakers. Just some cheapo Amazons, but they work well, and I'm still running the old Oculus Rift, not the S. So what I have here, what's new-ish, I guess, since the last video, is the Honeycomb yoke. So since I started flying the airplanes, I had this little fella first, and a lot of people had this one. It did its job. It only had about 45 degrees of deflection though, which is kind of a no-go. And it's, you know, you get what you pay for. Add a little bit of a cheap feel to it, but it did what it needed to do. So it worked until Honeycomb came out with this, and everybody's waiting on the throttle quadrant still, but I mean, check this thing out. Let's just sit down. All right, so this isn't a Honeycomb review, but I just wanted to show you some of the cool features. And it's got all kinds of stuff. Hat switch, buttons, trim, all this stuff. And here's the beauty of it too. You get the deflection here. 90 degrees either side. So that's not all. You got switches, your alternator, battery, avionics master lights, and ignition switch. They have those. The start, if there's one thing I'd change about this, it'd be that start would be, you know, have it be spring loaded there, so it would pop back to both, but can't have everything. Anyways, really good quality. It's got the bands in it and everything, so you can feel the resistance there. So it does really well. So for now, I have but I got both of them set up for some twin training, and it actually is working well. You know, you got your props, mixtures, and all that stuff. And then if you just assign the stuff, you know, you can just put it back on a single if you want to, a complex, and all that. And of course, they got some buttons you can press too. And I use it for like gear and stuff like that. What I do is, well, of course, I use these for the helicopter. This is the Pro Flight Trainer Puma, big fan. So you got your cyclic and everything. And what I do, I use it as well for like fighters and stuff. So I'll use this, of course, for your, you know, your stick, your pedals down here, and also you have these because we got toe brakes on here now. So, you know, you can use it for airplanes and helicopters, of course. So, of course, some helicopters have wheels too, so, you know, you can do that. But what I do for the fighters is I'll use this for, you know, your throttle. So I'll kind of use this for thrust and anything that's like where the throttle's on the left side and then the stick's on the right, you know, like bush planes and stuff like that, aerobatic planes, jets. So I can do that, helicopter, and all that. Of course, you get the airplanes with the yokes, and this thing works out. So, you know, you can use it for, you know, 172s, Baron, whatever it may be. You know, go twin with it. I mean, even the Cirrus, if you wanted to, it has the side stick, but I mean, heck, you get almost the same feel. The pivot point's just in a different spot, so whatever. And then the throttles. Still waiting on you, Honeycomb. But I know that the quality of this thing is fantastic. So, you know, whenever that throttle quadrant comes out, it's going to be magnificent. So anyway, I'm going to fly a helicopter today in this. I'm going to jump into X-plane and then just mess around a little bit and just try to, you know, stay current on my controls. So this is what I'm going to do today. Okay, I'm going to plop on down here. Oh. All right, so I'm in Washington, D.C. in the Bell 407. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit go on this one. Boom, boom. All right, using the NVIDIA recorder this time. And throw this on. All right, so I should be capturing this. So I'm gonna go get this error message off here and reset my head. Unpause. All right, so everything's off right now. So reach over here, put the lights on, and turn some avionics on. All right. Make sure that tray tool's on. All right, so I'm gonna reach over here, cage my attitude indicator, and throw my 430 on there. All right, as you can see, the monument's right in front of my face. So really, I'm just gonna do a little fly around today, and I'm gonna swap up, aircraft to show you kind of how I can use all the different controls here. Cool. Okay. All right. Everything looks clear back there. This Bell the Bell 407 here is just one of the best flying helicopters in X-Plane. All right, just gonna lift her on up. A little hover power check. All right, I'm all in a tree. I'm just gonna scoot it up here. All right, and I'm gonna take a look around. Yeah, I was all in that tree. I don't know what it is. When I loaded some or more trees or whatever it was, they still look horrendous, and they just planted a bunch of them right here in the middle of the courtyard. So I don't know about that. So I'm just gonna do a little pedal turn, keep on coming, and watch out for the light. Pull a little juice. This little max performance. Tilt it forward a little bit, and off we go. All right. The Washington Monument here. If you look down there, you have the Capitol building. Go over and take a quick peek. I wouldn't go around and do this in DC either. We will be in some big trouble. But hey, this is a flight sim. Do whatever I want. Look at all those trees. Shaving nose. Or have a little fun. This is a little run I make here. Try to roll over the monument here. No disrespect. Rover speed. Go reflection here. And Lincoln. So there's this, you know, the airport over here, GCA is over there, and I like to go to this little hospital over here, so I'm gonna shoot over there real quick. It's right through there. Let's see if I can put my controller. It's through there. Over here, take another look at the White House. Take your pictures. Alright, and look at this traffic. Everyone's crazy. Watch out for lights. Look at this elevation change right here. This is funny. Whoa. Alright, there's my hospital. I call this one the swoop around approach. I'm gonna swoop around. Alright, so here's my hospital here. Doing about 135 knots, so I'm gonna bleed that up. Overspeed the rotor, of course. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, there's my spot. I'm gonna swoop it on in like this. Alright. This is not how you would come in, just messing around. Alright, so get it nice and smooth. Plop her on down. Alright, there we go. Very detailed buildings here. What can you do? Alright, just gonna pop it off over here. Now this is just for fun too. So I like to, instead of pulling fuel and stuff like that, I like to just over torque it and kill it so that it'll that I can do some autos. So it always give me a practice on some autos. I'm gonna try to stick it down that pad way down there. Get a little bit of altitude, over torque it, kill it. Alright, lower the collective, pull some here. Alright. Rotor RPM coming down, so I'm just gonna use this right here, just a flare. Speed it. Ah! Okay. I think I struck the tail boom, but it might be okay. Alright, so this one's dead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap aircraft here. So I'm just going to use this little guy. And I'm going to load the extra, for instance. Okay? And I'm going to go to, let's see, KGCA. There. Starts a new flight. So for this, I use this as my throttle, and then of course this is the stick. So I'm just going to pull that back so that it doesn't just crank out into full throttle. I'm going to put the little helmet on here, and I'm at a terminal. So here's my throttle. You can see it there. Okay. There's my brakes, and just gonna ease it on over here. Just for the sake of time, I'm just going to take off from here. I don't know where I'm at. Okay. A little rotation there. Okay, I wasn't that far off of the runway there. Alright, so you can see here, I'm using the stick here, so it's pretty close to what I'm actually looking at here, so the immersion's pretty nice. I'll bring off down the throttle a little bit, and you can see, very sensitive. flying around. Now DC is still a good way to go. We can go. Ooh, step roll. Whoa, alright. So I hope my frames are doing pretty good. I haven't really tested anything since I upgraded the hardware there. So just kind of zipping around. This is kind of a test, so I'm running different ways of recording the video here. Right now I'm actually just using my phone to record this part. Hope it's still on. And you know, just running a test, so hopefully all this turns out okay. Single runway. Here we go. See if we can have a little fun through the buildings. Hope I'm not making anybody nauseous with this one. Should have given a warning. Alright, this one's a little bit too fun. Alright, what I'm going to do is see if I can land this here tail wheel. And, let's see. And then I'll pop into a twin and show you kind of how the this combo works. I'm just going to make a little short approach here. I'm going to use this angle to bleed some speed. Tail wheels in the right. All right. Bloop. All right. So that's like that, and you can kind of see how that works out. So I'm just gonna push this forward. See, if I push this forward, it gets out of the way. I can use my yoke here. So I'm gonna jump into the 310. This is a 310 Lima, and I'm gonna pop back over there. I'm gonna just save that one. I like this airport. All right, start this new. Okay, and I don't know if I started it with the engines on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put the mixtures up and put the throttle props up a little bit. Okay. So let's see how long this goes. Oh, geez, there it is. Okay, so it's dead. So do a little bit of something here. Kind of get this out of the way. All right. So as you can see over here, my throttles, props, and mixtures are all good. I'm gonna look down here. Okay, the fuel's fine. I'm just gonna put that down. No need for that. And get the brakes there, and then try to fan angle this thing real quick. Whoa. Okay. That one going. This is my short startup. Okay. Let me move this, put my yoke back. Okay. So now when you're in here, you reach up, everything seems, you know, right where you want it to be. And got a nice compass, shades, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna let that a little bit. So you can see everything is pretty much where, if I can move it, I need a trim wheel. I will when I get the honeycomb throttle quadrant. But everything's kind of there. It's really more of about here, but it's close. I can feel around for it. So I'm just gonna turn this puppy out. I'm gonna do the same thing just for the actually whatever. I'll do it right. My brake is on. Let me see that. All right. Is it on? Sounds like it's kind of skidding. Let's see. I gotta get over here on the taxiway somewhere. Clear for takeoff, yep. Alright. I heard it. Did you hear it? I heard it. See, it's skidding. I don't know if it's the model or what. I don't know how much runway I have left, but we're going to go for it. Okay. Aero. Now, to let you know, I do not have a multi-engine rating. I was just studying for it, but I'm trying. And this is a nice little tool here. Got dual G5s. I got a 430 and a 530, which is pretty nice. So this is a pretty nice little model here. Maybe get a roll in here. What do you say? Ooh. Oh. All right, let's do this. Let's fill an engine. Alright, so Christopher Blue Line, Identify. I've already played all those games just for giggles. Alright. Make it back here. I'm real high, so I'm just going to dump all the flaps. I'm going to go idle. My gear never went down.
I need you parked on the ramp for a push.
Who said that? I'm on the ground, boys. I pressed the wrong gear button.
Come over to the ramp and park for a push.
I can't. You're gonna have to tell me.
Get stopped on the ramp for a push.
Oh my goodness. Okay, how about this? My brakes don't work. Okay, so anyhow, that is the 310 twin. Now I got one more thing for you. I'm just gonna toss it over into a single. So I'm gonna throw it over on Mr. Single over there and start this one. So the way I have it is, of course you can map everything. So I'm just gonna use my single engine stuff, and then it's single over here. So so fixed prop throttle, that mixture there. Okay, reset my crap, reset my seat. Okay, so as you can see, like the avionics and everything and the lighting is set up a lot like the 172. I feel like they had this one in mind when they did it. So okay, I'm gonna feel around like my throttle here. Disconnect the brake. And pretty tight turn out of here. Alright. So I'm just going to take off here again, just to save time, like I said. Alright, so this one feels a little bit more like home. I'm going to rotate early to get off the ground. This one feels a little bit more like home because this is what I teach in 172. Not this particular model, but Mike's and Papa's so far. So I wanted to show a little bit of how this is. So really, it's not too bad. I mean, because we have the lever throttles over here, which you got the old push-pull type in the Cessnas, a lot of different things. So once you get it there, you set cruise. You don't have to worry about it anyway. But it's really close, as far as the immersion. Like as far as how far the yoke tilts, for instance. It all works really well. So that's really all I wanted to show today. I'll be messing around with some more sceneries and everything. I have some add-ons as far as some aircraft, mostly helicopters. I'm getting a little bit more into the airplanes, but I'd like to maybe get into some scenery. I know Flight Sim 2020 is coming out and all that, and everybody's all hoopla about it, but I haven't even gotten I haven't gotten a beta invite or none of the alpha stuff. Probably, I don't know what's going to go on with the beta, but I'd like to try it out. But anyhow, neither here nor there. So I'm just going to fly this for now and plop it on in. Also want to let's show something here. I'm going to run it clean and drop out of the sky. I want to show my where's my throttle? There it is. My impossible turn technique. I'm just going to let this land flat just so I can get stopped. Alright. Actually, I'm just going to do a touch and go. Okay. So I'm going to fail the engine at, 500 feet and show my way of turning around. Usually you'd pitch for best glide, and try to get it back around to the airport. I'm trying out some new things. Don't know how realistic it is here. I'm just going to climb out at, VY. I'll pitch it back up for it to slow down. Okay, VY. And 300. Alright, here's the typical one. Alright, I'm going to go 500 feet. Engine's failed. Okay, human reaction time. Oh no, my engine's failed. Can't get it restarted. Okay, so best glide level. Actually, probably turn out to the right. There's a lot of theory too. You don't want to bank over 30 degrees, which it isn't true necessarily. You just got to be a little bit more careful because it increases stall speed. So you don't want to induce a stall. So I think it was 5 or 6 when I failed it. I don't know what's going on. My prop should be stopped. But as you can see here, clean, easy peasy coming in. I'm still faster than normal approach speed. So I have that in. I'm going to start this again. Take my little key. All right. Full throttle. All right, 55. Okay, I'm going for VY. I'm gonna fail it at let's say 300. What I do is I use the energy I have left to gain a little bit of altitude, and I induce it's like a little bit of a spin, the incipient spin. Get the flaps in to cushion it, so as I roll out, whoops, not too far, 300. Okay, the human reality factor. Okay, I use this energy that I have. I'm gonna roll it up, start a spin. All right, flaps all the way down to get a little more lift, and then if I didn't have any runway left, I would get the flaps back out to increase my glide. So it gives me a lot more. What am I saying? A lot more energy when I clean it up on the end because of that really steep dive angle, you know. Anyhow, that's just something I'm working around with just to see what's going on. This is my new setup, and that was showing you how. I'm gonna shut all this down. How all this works together, so you can fly all kinds of different airplanes, aircraft, helicopter, whatever, without having to actually move your stuff around. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that 430 went on there the whole time. But anyhow, I will catch you later. I'm Joshua from Hamby Aeronautics. If you like the video, just subscribe. I'll be posting some more stuff, so hopefully you get that. And I will see you later.